everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pikmin 3. Last time, we return home to Kopai with all of our fruit in tow, becoming the saviors of our planet. Well, presumably. This time, we are back on PNF 404 once more because, well, we're gluttons for punishment. Quite a few things have opened up for us since completing our adventure, and I want to go over those as well as some other topics that just didn't get, covered in the Let's Play. So, let's get started. First off, I want to go into mission mode, not because I have a guest with me, but because something new has opened up for you once you have completed the adventure. There it is, the giant crazed Thanksgiving turkey itself, the Plasm Wraith. Yes, we now have a defeat bosses mode. This is more or less just that you can refight the bosses anytime you want. If I can go into the Armored Modads fight right here, you can see that you do have a time limit, and you also do have your Pikmin pre-decided for you. I suppose since I didn't really get to show how fast this boss can be defeated in the Let's Play, I can just do it right here just because I can. Not home, I wanted to press plus to skip the cutscene. There I go doing that again. That's the downside of having really big thumbs and using a Wiimote. Now, this stage is actually the E3 demo of Pikmin 3, one of the two stages in it, the other being the first stage of Collect Treasure in mission mode. As somebody who got to play the E3 demo of this back when it, was first shown off, you would not believe okay, maybe you can though, but like a lot of people that go to E3 aren't really gamers, they're just kind of news reporters that have to do it as part of their job. And it's like, they don't know anything about games, so you can imagine my frustration watching like news reporters playing this stage. So many of them could not beat this boss at all. They ran out the entire 8-minute time limit getting nothing accomplished, maybe even getting in a few hits. They were like throwing red Pikmin at the shell and things like that. It was really frustrating to watch, and like having to sit in line behind those people before I could play the demo for myself, it was really, really frustrating. Anyway, that's it. That is the Armored Modad done in one cycle. I probably could have done it a little bit faster if I whistled those red Pikmin. In fact, I'm sure I could have done it faster, but yeah, that's really it. Basically, you're just fighting the bosses again under these kinds of circumstances. Let's see what my time was. I don't think I lost any Pikmin. Okay, 0, and, wait! I broke my record?! Wow, saying I didn't think I did very well and I broke my record. How did I do on global leaderboards? Oh, wow. Okay, world record is 15 seconds, it seems. That's damn impressive, I have to say. Wow. Alright, well, yeah, I did this. It's a fun little mode. The boss fights in this game, I think with the exception of the Behemoth Bossbat, I think they're all pretty cool. So, or at least the main area bosses are. I did kind of speak my piece on the minor bosses not really being all that great, but basically, if you just want an extra challenge, this is right here for you. With mission mode out of the way, that just leaves the extras in story mode. And you know what that means. This is it. Big one. The topic that so many of you have told me you want me to go over. It's the data files that many of you have asked to know more about. I'm talking, of course, about the data files in the Plasm Wraith boss fight! Yeah, so many of you in the comments informed me that I didn't pick these up during that fight. I thought it would, interrupt the action too much if I was picking up data files during the final boss fight, but it was easily the most common comment on that video, so you guys wanted to see them really badly, here you go. You're happy now, right? Okay, but seriously, the next topic is, well, the secret files, yes. As you can see here, like we saw before, once you get the 10th one, whatever captain you're controlling will be like, oh, this is the 10th one, like, what do these things even mean? Here Charlie's saying, like, is it some sort of code? Well, if we go into the other tab on our exploration notes, we can see that it indeed spells out a 10-number sequence. Well, okay, I guess it doesn't really spell out anything because it's not a word, though, but still, it's 10 digits long. And a lot of people have been saying that as somebody who's been playing the game more recently and are just kind of playing along with me, they have no idea what these do and could find no use for them in the game. I've had other people point out that their numbers that they got were different from mine. That is because the secret files are shuffled every playthrough. You will get a different code every single time. Now, the real question is, where do you input such a code? Well, I have no idea how they thought any of this was okay or that any kid would be able to figure this out. What you have to do is, while the game is on, go into Miiverse. This will take you to the Pikmin 3 community. You might have to go onward from your screenshot journal and various other notifications since the Miiverse update if you haven't been online in a while, but this is where it ultimately takes you. From there, you want to go into the developers room. And there you will see some messages from the big guy himself, Mr. Miyamoto. Yeah, we're gonna scroll down a little bit and wait, meeting? Oh my god, okay, it's very clear why I'm a Nintendo fan if they're just making puns out of nowhere like that. Want to scroll down a little bit further. Come on, where? Okay, let's see. Yeah, there he is speaking French, there he is speaking Spanish. Okay. So, he says, "Hello, Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo here to all you playing Pikmin 3. Hope you enjoyed yourself so far. I don't suppose you come across any secret data files while playing through the, come on, load. Story, have you? Story capitalized for some reason. Did you know that once you collect all 10 of these secret files, the numbers contained within them will combine to form a special code? I'll be in touch again to explain how to use the codes, so be sure to make a note of it once you have it. Oh, and don't forget to check out Mission and Bingo Battle 2. They're a lot of fun." I agree. They really are a lot of fun. I have played a lot of Mission mode in my spare time, more so than the story mode, and I think it really is a great time with friends especially. But, he was saying that he would get in touch with us again about that. If you go to a later date, he says as promised, I'll tell you how to make use of the special codes you've obtained. We go into this post. He says that you want to go to the blue internet browser symbol below and enter the special code when prompted. You have to do this using the Wii U console's web browser. No joke. You can't do this on a computer. I've heard of ways of people, like, spoofing being a Wii U console in their, like, Chrome browsers and stuff with various plugins, but I think it's just easier to go this way. So yeah. You have to go find a Miiverse post from years ago with nothing in the game telling you where to look or anything like that. Have to use the Wii U browser to do this. I don't know how they expected anyone to figure this out. Select your language and you put in your special code. Mine is as follows. We're gonna put that in and it takes us to a video page. Let's see what this is.
I'm Spot, Captain Oimo. In the window, L, Nuru, Leading, but I get the discuss the bar, the balance is Jing, Jokel, Hasa Yoko, Shabalaki, and the Sassasun, Guy Pete, Os, and the in the window, the drop, discuss leading, Os, Shabalaki. You, G, Bakji, oh, so while I do.
So that's a nice enough cutscene. You get to see a little bit of Olimar's journey exploring PNF 404, you know, one of the areas that we went to. However, I did say that those secret files are shuffled every playthrough. As such, depending on which code you can get different scenes from this. They are as follows.
I'm Spot, Captain Oimo. In the window, L, Nuru, Leading, but I get the discuss the bar, the balance is Jing, Jokel, Hasa Yoko, Shabalaki, Sassasun, Otabe, Ospopa, Os, and the this in the window, discuss leading, the balance is Jing, and Os. Shabalaki. You, G, Bakji, oh, so while I do. I'm Spot, Captain Oimo. In the window, L, Nuru, Leading, but I get the discuss the bar, the balance is Jing, Jokel, Kapapiti, Shabalaki, and the Sassasun, Ospopa, Jokel, and the this in the window, discuss leading, the balance is Jing, and the Sassasun, this Hasa Yoko, Otate, and the bar, Shabba, the balance is Jing, Shabalaki, Ospa, Hasa Yoko Pill. Leading, so while I do, discuss the Shabalaki, but I get in the window. No. I'm Spot, Captain Oimo. In the window, L, no. Leading, but I get the discuss the bar, the balance is Jing, Jokel, Kapapiti, discuss Shabalaki, and the Sassasun, Ospopa, Jokel, and the this in the window, discuss leading. The balance is Jing, and the Sassasun, this in the window, the Hasa Yoko, Otate, and the this leading Jing, Shabalaki. Ready, to discuss, to shabalaki, what I get in the window, no, Bad. I'm spot, Captain, Oima, in the window, go, no, Ready, what I get to discuss, to far, shabalaki, jing, go, Kapapiti, shabalaki, then the bird, sassasum, hospital, go. Just in the window, discuss the lady, Sabalasi Jim, we, Sassasum, just in the window, then as a Yoko, then we, Shabalaki, Sabalasi Jim, in the window, no.
So there you have it, a log of Olimar's journey going through all the regions that we went through. We get to see what his adventure was like, or misadventures as it may have it with Louis messing everything up. But even beyond all that, there is one more scene that you can view on this page. The game itself never gives you the code to view this. It went completely unused, and I'm not really sure why they made this cutscene and then proceeded to not release it, but you will get to view this scene.
Genau, Rundeberg, Dolphin, when you are to me, Hamamu, this is good, you are Doro, you are more cold. Peter, son of man, the son of Peter, Peter, son of my man, Win.
That last one that went unused is honestly my favorite of the bunch, and I'm sad that of all the ones that had to go unused, it was that one. I mean, that Louis scene is pretty integral to the plot. It actually explains some things that we didn't know about the story, and honestly, out of all the Olimar scenes, I think that most of them are pretty bland. I really hate to say that, but the upgrading Louis line is the only one that I really find funny in any of those scenes, and considering that you only get to view one of them per playthrough, yeah, not really a fan. On the note of Pikmin-related animations, though, that brings me to Pikmin short movies. A lot of people have been asking me what I think of these and if they are worth the money. Basically, for whatever the price is in your currency, you are buying 3 shorts off of the eShop on either the Wii U or the 3DS. These 3 shorts are The Night Juicer, Treasure in a Bottle, and Occupational Hazards. They go in order of length, where with Night Juicer being the shortest and Occupational Hazards being the longest. When you work out how much money it is for how much footage you're getting, it is only a little over 20 minutes of footage for the price. I would probably say that you would want to buy these if you are a Pikmin fan and not just if you're trying to get into it. I don't think it's really going to convert anyone into Pikmin. I think you'd be better off just playing the games, honestly. But if you're a Pikmin fan, I do think this is really nice. I will warn you, however, that Occupational Hazards is the only one that I would really say is worth the money out of these. I'm not saying that the other 2 are bad. They're just not as good, and they're a lot shorter, so that's really the only thing. You do get some various other bonus features with it. For instance, you will get some storyboard drawings drawn by Miyamoto himself, as he did storyboard these. Fun fact, actually, these were storyboarded on Flipnote Studio on the DSi, so that's kind of interesting. But, yeah, it's just kind of something there. A lot of people were asking me if I think they're worth the money, and I would say if you're a Pikmin fan, absolutely. If you're not, maybe you should try getting in by playing the games. Anyway, that's all for special cutscenes and animations related to Pikmin, so how about we land in the Garden of Hope so that I can talk about the next thing I wanted to go over in this video. I want to talk controller options. Surprisingly, a lot of people have asked me about this. Throughout this entire series, I have used the Wii Motion Plus, Wii Remote, and Nunchuck control scheme. I do this because I can move my pointer independently of my character, it's very fluid, and I think that such a feature is very welcome in an RTS. But I know it's not for everyone. I've had a lot of people telling me they either don't own a Wiimote or they don't really like pointing a Wiimote at a TV and want to know about the other options, just to know if this game is really for them. So, here you go, because I never talked about it before this. I got out 100 red Pikmin to help us with this demonstration, possibly because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna mess up because I'm not used to these control methods, and possibly because if I'm gonna make mistakes that cost anyone their lives, it should probably be the red leaves, given my vendetta against them. If I switch to playing with the Wii U gamepad, it controls more or less identically to how the games did on the GameCube. Your pointer does not move independently from your character, but you can adjust how far away it is and things like that by using the analog stick. You can still lock on, I believe it's, is it X? No, beta charge. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Oh wow, that went a lot better than I thought it would. It is a little bit more difficult for me to personally play. After playing the Wii versions of the original Pikmin games, I really can never go back to playing, like, you know, with the GameCube controller ever again. Wow, guys, you can see this lack of precision. I'm really not used to it. Yeah, I've known people that have beaten the entire game like this, and it's definitely not as bad as I'm making it out to be. It is very doable. I'm just not personally used to it once again. In addition to that, I don't know what possessed them to do this, but about a year and a half after the game's release, they released an update. You have this mode button right here, and you can switch from classic controls to stylus controls. This is interesting enough. It's not really, like, my favorite way of controlling it, though, but if you don't want to use a Wiimote or a nunchuck, but you still want to move the pointer independently from your character, you just use the touchscreen to aim precisely where you want. Tapping will throw Pikmin. You can still lock on, center the camera behind yourself. The whistle is on the left trigger, so you are playing with one hand. I believe... Oh! Wow, I'm pressing the right triggers because I figured they would do that for left-handed gamers. They didn't. I know video games often screw over left-handed people, though, but damn, they didn't even do that. I mean, they could have very easily just mapped those actions to the right triggers, but oh well. That's a little bit weird. Yeah, you tap to throw. One thing that I don't like about this control scheme, though, is that you do have to use the touchscreen to use your sprays. You do also to, like, dismiss your squad. If you want to switch to other captains, you have to do it down on the touchscreen. You can switch to just playing with the gamepad alone, in which case you will already be looking down at the gamepad, and those actions will be on the screen anyway. It's kind of a shame to, like, miss out on some of the graphical resolution by doing it this way, but it is an option there if you don't have a Wiimote. Honestly, I think it's really nice of them to have included that for people that didn't have a Wiimote to play with, but still wanted the same precise control. So, that's a thing. Of course, with the gamepad, you can also go into first-person mode, which allows you to take photos, as I've done many times. Something that I've never mentioned about this mode, though, is Pikmin drawings. There are various drawings that you can find on walls in each area that depict Pikmin doing various things. They're kind of like cave drawings that you might find, like, whenever exploring, you know, areas that humans might have inhabited long, long ago. It's kind of interesting, but they don't really do anything. They're just purely visual things there for you to find. There's no reward for finding them all. There are 3 in each area if you want to try to find them all for yourself, but yeah, it's just kind of a nice little thing there. It shows how much detail went into this game. In addition to that, just all the scenery that you can see from the photography mode, I think, is really impressive. And it just shows how much thought went into everything. I mean, they could have just given us the top-down view, and I think everyone would have been satisfied, but no, they really went the extra mile with this. With all that gamepad talk done, though, we're down to our last topic. I know, it went by really quickly. Once again, I really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that this was worth the wait more than anything else, because a lot of people have been asking me to Let's Play Pikmin 3 for a long time, and I just wanted to do it the way that I thought it should be. You know, I didn't want to just, like, be talking about the gamepad stuff all the time and using it in my strategies without actually being able to show it to you. I wanted to do those side modes because I like them a lot, especially mission mode. It really is a fun time. Okay, that was interesting. Way to interrupt my heartfelt goodbyes there, battery life. Anyway, yeah, I really hope that you've enjoyed this. So, I'll give you the very last thing that I wanted to show in this video. Even though I got 100% completion in my playthrough, as I've said before, Pikmin games are known for having multiple endings. In this case, it is dependent on how much fruit you are able to collect throughout your journey. So, I'm going to leave you with all the alternate endings that you can possibly get. Since this will be the last time that you hear from me in this video, see you guys next time.
Scotium, so mekan one
Oh, 就是
Parfait. Option c'est parti. Parti du bas.
Though not entirely satisfied, the explorers managed to secure a modest supply of edible matter for their home planet. Yet still they wonder, can this handful of seeds really bring salvation to the people of Kopai? Even if they carefully cultivate the seeds they've harvested, it may not be enough to support the entire population. This thought hovers over the explorers as they embark on their journey home. Along with their cargo, they carry with them a sense of unease. And so the intrepid explorers succeed in securing a healthy supply of edible matter for their home planet. If they carefully cultivate the seeds they've harvested, it will surely bring an end to Kopai's food supply crisis. And while brief, the explorers' time working together with the Pikmin has taught them the wisdom of planning. That wisdom will be the key to harnessing these newfound resources. Simply put, their fate is in their own hands.